That's all right.
Let's have a look.
Excuse the rattle.
That's all right.
Hello.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So what we got? Let's have a look.
This is one zone,
Yeah.
and that's the other zone.
Okay.
I've saved in the pipe work. These junctions are. But we took the boiler cover off and tried to wire up that way. I don't know what's going on. There's all metal.
One's on there.
There's another one. There's another zone down here.
So there's no valve behind it.
It's essentially it's in the
Okay. Is there enough cable for it to...
Does it? Yeah, I think so.
This is the wiring and it's like all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me. He says it's the first time he's done it,
So it's piped in the effect that you've got a pump here, right? This pump will kind of drag on this pump here. You've got two pumps and you've got a pump in your boiler and a pump there. So you should have some sort of hydraulic separation in between the two, otherwise you have two pumps working against each other, all right?
They didn't tell me anything like that. They just give me a list of what I needed.
Yeah, they won't have a clue. They'll just tell you how to pipe your underfloor heating.
That's what they gave me, and I did exactly how they said it.
Yeah, they don't always get it right, trust me. They're just specking what you've got here. They'll spec that bit, but they probably won't spec how you've piped it. So really, that should have some close couple T's. You should have a bit of a loop here. And from looking at this, we'll have a look in a minute, just whip that off and have a quick look. But really, that should be going to a standalone junction box.
Can you sort it, Steve?
I can, I'm not going to be able to do it tonight. I can sort it for you. I just wanted to... So we've got 4-wire zone valve there, 4-wire zone valve there, permanent lives. Okay. Zone 4 thermostat is linked out. Thank you. Actuators. There's no actuators wiring.
Do I need them?
No, not really. Just trying to work out the front pump manifold, mains power, thermostat.
All the time to leave this then someday.
Yeah, so you've only got one thermostat wired in by the looks of it.
Yeah.
One's linked out. So that one there goes to there. So that thermostat there is permanently on by the looks of it. So I'm guessing when that kind of energises over there, that's already linked out anyway. So that's your original thermostat there, Worcester Wave, is that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so that's going
To the boiler.
That's going to your boiler. That's wired into the boiler, isn't it? I think, yeah, that's wired to your boiler. So that goes round there. So that controls.
You've got loads of slack on it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be. It's wired wrong, man. Zone. That's got to be controlled by a thermostat.
Yes.
Right. At the minute, it looks like it's wired out live on there.
Yeah.
On the wiring for it, because that's a 240 switched valve. So I can't switch it with a low voltage. I need a 240 to switch that.
I can remember the Worcester bloke saying that when we phoned him up.
Yeah. So I don't know why this is bad, to be honest, with the way he's wired it.
Is it?
Yeah. You're better off just ripping it all out, starting again.
Is the pipe work okay then? Apart from the copper, that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just that needs a bit of like...
It needs rewiring. And ideally, it needs some sort of hydraulic separation here.
When can you come back, Steve?
I'll have a look in my diary when I get back. Yeah. Just trying to work out what I've got to do. So it's that one there at the top, is it?
Yeah.
You know, so you put fuse wire in?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's mains there. So where's this going? That's going to that thermostat there, so that's that one there. Okay. What else is that going into there then?
If I had a cord, it would have gone bad to worse, wouldn't it?
Say again?
Would have gone bad to worse, wouldn't it, if I had a cord?
Yeah, they've got two wires there that are doing nothing. That's supposed to be on the return, so every little bit of water should pass through that.
Yeah.
But at the minute, the only stuff that's going to pass through that is the return from coming up from upstairs. This return here will just bypass it. So, what's that going to down there? Was that dead leg now? Have you got radiators? Is it underfloor here?
Yeah.
Where else have you got radiators on this side of the house? In here? So you got radiators there.
In the hallway, yeah.
Okay.
I think it goes underneath the suspended floor.
Yeah, so that's bypassing the magnet. So the magnet's really pointless. Whoever put that in, it should be there to catch everything. So every trickle of water flows through the magnet and it picks stuff up. So that should be there. We need to create some closed couple T's below there and draw this circuit off. And then that circuit there will use the pump. That will hydraulically be separated. Okay.
The only bit of trouble I got is here, because the pipe opened up to come back. Because I thought if I went up again to come back down, I wouldn't have enough space, so I just did that way back down.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You can see it, can't you?
Yeah. It's a thin screed, isn't it?
Yeah. 40, 50 mil.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the shortest, the thinnest depth is about 45. The thickest comes nearly to 60 for the pod.
Yeah.
That's maybe the insulation.
Yeah. Yeah, I can sort it for you. Just need some hydraulic separation in there, so then pumps all. Don't get me wrong, it will work the way it's been done once it's wired right and that, but it's never going to work to its optimum.
What, at the moment?
Yeah, the way it's piped.
Oh, okay. But if you just sort it out, it'd be
better. Yeah. Did they design it for you, or did you just buy the kit and fit it yourself? Bought the kit and fit it yourself.
Well, they said put 2 zones in, which I did.
Yeah.
And I split it more or less 50-50 as much as I could.
Okay. Do you know roughly how long is any distance? 0.963 metres, 15.
Time, innit? And I've got to, get all the latest off.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you do 100 centres. The reason you do 100 centres is the more pipe in the ground, the lower the temperature, you can lower it down, you'll get more heat out of the ground.
Everyone looks on the internet, said 200 mil to 150.
Yeah, they're full of shit. Full of shit. Yeah.
Transfer still, shouldn't I?
Yeah, and you're tiling it as well, which will be good.
Yeah.
So, just be careful, don't get chucking big rugs and stuff on top of your tiles, because the tog of the rug will insulate it and you'll start getting cold spots where your rugs are.
Will you?
Yep.
Why? Even though it's running, the water's running?
Yeah, even though the water's running, if you start putting like a thick rug down, that will stop a lot of heat coming through. It'll act like an insulation barrier, so it'll keep the heat in the ground. So my mate's made that mistake. He's fitted it and he did it in 200 centres, and he's put a rug down, and he said it's freezing in that room because the rug's, it's a big rug. He said the floor's concrete, tiled, so it's a big rug. He said it's making the room cold. I went, you take the rug up then? No, you know what I mean?
And is it made a difference, like?
He's took the rug up, yeah, and the room started heating back up again there. So just be careful what you put down on your floor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you put your kitchen in as well, have you marked where
the units are.
everything's going?
Definitely.
So pumping down, dragging across, blending it, and we're going to blend it.
That boiler's been asked with that
Magnet.
yeah, since 2017.
Okay. So we've got an underfloor heating circuit, 2 zones, or 2 circuits should we say. Central heating circuit, it's not circulating as it should be. They're not working independently. Copious amounts of wire everywhere. So today's task is going to be creating some sort of hydraulic separation here and getting this all to work right and wiring it right as best we can. A bit limited on space. I don't know why I've put that manifold there. I'll put it on that wall there. What's this going to be here? Is this going to be like a little utility area?
Yeah, I'm just going to cover it. I just don't want to see this. I want it square, you see, the kitchen, while we have this funny shape. I've got all this crap in here as well. The soil stack, the boiler, the...
Right. Okay. Am I able to run a bit of pipe over here if I need to?
Yeah.
Sound.
Don't worry about because it makes it easier.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's all going to be knocked off anyway.
Yeah, I was just checking you weren't putting no kitchen cupboards or whatever there, and it was going to, you'd never ever see it again, but as long as it's going to be like a little... I did gather that by the timber.
Yeah.
I was looking on the video when I got back and I was thinking, that's going to be a utility, surely it is.
I'll study it, because you can't do nothing, can you?
So, when you've got hydraulic separation on there, so kind of what you've got at the minute is you've got two pumps. You've got a pump inside there and a pump on there.
Yeah.
And they'll kind of work against each other. So that'll pump down, that'll pump to that. When you put your heating circuit on, when it's wired correctly, it's working correctly, when you put your heating circuit on, it'll drag the water away from the radiators. That pump will be running at a different speed. You've got a different... So across your radiator circuit, you should have a differential of 20 degrees as it goes round. Across your underfloor, you should have about 5 degrees differential. This will cause havoc with it, basically. It'll cause an imbalance of the system. So we're going to create a loop, a primary loop underneath here, and have some what's called some closed coupled T's that come off it, which will hydraulically separate that pump from that pump. Your central heating circuit will run off the secondary circuit, but that will then need its own pump to pump around the radiators, if that makes sense. So that there can...
So the pump in the boiler already?
That wiring centre there, you can put your other zone in it. So you've got 2 zone valves there. Yeah. One for your underfloor, one for your heating. You can run your heating through that as well, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put another wiring centre in. The reason being, if that ever breaks, you can still use the rest of the radiators, if that makes sense. If I wire 2 zone valves through that, if that circuit board ever breaks inside there or anything, you're losing your heating and your underfloor heating, if that makes sense. But if I wire them independently, you'll still have the same effect, but if one ever breaks, you'll still get the other one.
Is polypipe any good or the same line sort of thing?
Same as anything else on the market. You know what I mean?
Nothing special.
Nothing special about it. So...
Did you get the nest?
Yeah, I've got one.
I can sell that, can't I?
The wave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it on eBay or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've just cracked there with a wet back. We did the bottom one first, use that as a little bit of a vent. Both of these taps off, so our underfloor heating circuit's still full of water at the minute. Just gonna see if I can get this board to come loose. So I can try and sort this pipe work out. Okay, so we put a primary loop in. We're just doing some close couple T's. We'll start working on the secondary loop. It's a little bit better. Fuse wire wrapped around that fuse.
I still get agency in front of me now to go on this side to that side, so don't bother.
Right, I'm struggling to get circulation, so here's my close couple of T's, there's my flow coming off, comes around here into the top of my valve. The heat drops off there. There's no heat going into the top of this mixing valve. I've taken this zone valve off and I've checked that it opens fully, there's nothing in there. I've taken this pipe off, I've checked all through there. I've even tried reversing the pump just to see if that makes a difference. Radiator circuit here, this works perfect and returns back to the boiler. I just can't get no heat to go around this underfloor heating circuit. These are fully wound anti-clockwise, fully open. I've set my litres per minute with the top here. It's just a guess at the minute because there was no plan or nothing with this underfloor heat circuit. It was already installed. I've just come to put some hydraulic separation in, but for some reason I still can't get circulation through this manifold. I'm starting to suspect there may be an issue with this valve here.
Rats?
Yeah. Problem with underfloor heating is it's a breeding ground for bacteria.
Is it?
Yeah. Because it's low temperature. Okay. So our close couple T setup didn't work as we thought it was going to. We don't seem to be able to get any flow through the mixing valve. Heating circuit works fine, underfloor doesn't work. So we spoke to the manufacturer, Polypipe. It's been a bit difficult to deal with them. We sent some photos and a little video of our layout, which they confirmed was correct, and that the pump should be drawing water through the mixing valve. I thought the mixing valve was faulty, but he said it's impossible. He insisted it was the zone valve above, which I've checked, and that's not that. So I'm cutting the mixing valve out for a minute and just hot piping it back into the CCTs just to prove that I can get it working, and it is to do with the mixing valve. So we shall see. Okay, so we've removed the flow valve now. I've just piped this back into the close couple of T's there, and now we have circulation and temperature. So it was definitely the mixing valve that was causing me a problem. I've taken the valve out, blocked both sides off and tried to blow through it. I can't even blow through this valve. So I don't know if it's faulty or it's just not designed what I say it can do. However, that was my problem.
It's warming up, look.
Yep.
Look at my pipe. How come that radiator's on now?
Just because I've got the heating circuit on as well. So yeah.
How'd you get that camera? What app is that?
It's,
Is it? Oh, that.
yeah.
Where'd you get that from? She worked with an employer, wasn't she? She had this, like, floor.
Yeah.
Things like that sit with vinegar. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna like eat away at it. Because it's like a calcium based, like, it's made of calcium, isn't it? All shells and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, my miss is pretty good, to be fair. If I say I want something doing, or she wants to have a go, she'll just do it. Yeah. Better like tools. My missus do the flooring in here, no problem, laminate flooring. Easy.
What, she'll do the flooring?
Yeah, if I said to her, do you want to do the laminate flooring in there? She'd go, yeah, no problems. Just in our house.
Sure.
I just set her up, started it, showed her how to do the cuts, left with the chop saw and all the kit and that, come back and it was done.
Oh my gosh.
She's good like that. If I say I want an hand on a job or something, she'll come with me.
Oh, this is in bed.
Okay, so we've got a new mixing valve in there, three-way mixing valve, which is circulating now, allowing hot water into the circuits. So we're just going to start balancing this heating system and the underfloor heating system now. So we've got two zones, two nests in there wired in. we've rewired it, we've put some close couple T's in there, give it some hydraulic separation. Everything's warming up as it should be. So we're just going to start balancing now. It's going to be a bit of a game. We're going to have to try and work out the flow rates for this. We didn't install it, there was no design done to it. The guys just fitted it as it was. So let's see what we can do.